This is Bob Anderson from Factory Direct Modulars. I thought I'd do a little quick video about how I might inadvertently be able to save you 20,000 bucks. Anyways, this is actual true story that I'm about to tell you. I mean, it's already been documented all over our YouTube channel of how I personally save every customer 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 dollars. Some cases even up to 100, which is just ridiculous to build them a home. But Cookie, come here. Everybody see Cookie up back there? Cookie, come on in. Come here. Come on. She's out here walking with me. Anyways, what I was going to say was that I had a customer call me. I don't know. It's 2-3 weeks ago, whatever. Owns a piece of land. Already got a well and septic on it. Blah 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 blah. And they've been dealing with a retailer, street dealer that is a chain franchise, or not a franchise. It's a chain of retailers. So, anyways, she's been looking at a house called the Pebble Beach or the Cypress Point. I don't really remember. But anyways, what I do remember is that she did a Google search because she got frustrated waiting on the retailer to give her numbers on stuff. Just stuff kept dragging out. And of course, every time she'd inquire on stuff, well, the price just kept going up. It's a Christmas miracle. So anyways, she did a Google search, I think under one of the house names, like Cypress Point or something, and up popped up my YouTube videos, then a link to my website, yada yada yada. And she's looking at the price and she's like, this is kind of crazy. So she calls me up and she says, I found you on YouTube, blah blah blah. What do I need to do? This was her question. What do I need to do to get a formal bid from you to build me the Cypress Point 3? And I said, well, we don't need to be formal here. Just tell me what you want. She's like, what? What do you mean? I said, just tell me what you want and I'll tell you. And I said, get a piece of paper and pen out because I'm driving, and I'll quote off the top of my head the prices for these things. So she goes, okay. So she says, I want, 712 roof pitch, whatever. So I'm like $3,000, 2,400. And we get to the end and I said, okay, add it all up. So she did prices, I don't know, 204 or whatever. I don't even know what it was. I don't remember that part of this story. So she goes, this is amazing. Now I didn't know she'd been talking to another dealer at this time. She goes, this is amazing. I said, what's so amazing? She says, you just gave me the price to build my house in less than 10 minutes. I said, okay, well, I mean, you didn't really ask me for anything complicated. She goes, no, you don't understand. I've been dealing with dealer X, and I've been screwing around with them for 2 months. And she says, and not only that, their price is a heck of a lot higher than yours. And I'm not even still sure what the price is. I said, well, they're probably still trying to figure out how to con you out of another $10,000, $15,000. So, the old saying is he who speaks first loses. Okay, that's a sales thing. He who speaks first loses. If you told the dealer you're willing to spend $240,000, God, that house is going to be $240,000. Magical, because you said that. So anyways, remember that. He who speaks first loses. Now, let's go to the next part. Let's go to the part where you save $20,000. You save $20,000. So anyway, she said, I'm just tell me who I need to call for a lender, and I'm ready to order this house. Just tell me what you need, blah, blah, blah. So this was like a week or two ago, all right? So anyway, so she calls the lender, gets her pre-qual done, blah, blah, blah. and she's been turning in her colors that she wants for her house and that kind of stuff, and I've been getting that handled at the factory. Anyways, so she calls me yesterday to ask me a couple questions concerning some things with the loan. So I, okay, what the lender means when they say this is this, and blah blah blah. I just kind of guided her through what the terminology lingo means on certain things. So she says, well, by the way, since I got you on the phone, I'll tell you a quick funny story. I said, go ahead. She goes, I went down and saw blank because, they, of course, have a deposit, which is a different story. I'll get to that in just a second. She goes, and I had to meet with them, get my deposit back, whatnot. And she said, and they inquired as to why we're not buying our house from them. What the heck? How could that happen? So anyways, she says, well, I'm buying my house from, boom, Factory Direct Modulars, Bob Anderson. She said, immediately, never even mentioning my name, never even mentioning my company, never even mentioned anything, the retailer turned to her and said, well, I don't know if I told you, but we can drop your price $20,000. That's a Christmas miracle. So, just the mere fact that my name was mentioned, my company was mentioned in this retailer's office, the price went down $20,000. So folks, even if you don't buy a house from me, maybe you can get that $20,000 knock off the top of what these thieves are trying to steal from you. But anyways, now as a continuation of this conversation, she mentioned, because she asked to see a couple of the houses that I had built in the area, because she wanted to see how they looked, presented themselves and stuff. Well, I only had two that were right in her general area that I'd built in the last year that were preferred series houses. So I said, well, I only got two. Here they are. I gave her the names, addresses. Well, anyways, so in this conversation, she says, oh, by the way, I went and saw those houses. I said, oh, you did? She goes, oh my God, yeah, they look great. And not only that, do you know the customer, one of your customers even followed me all the way to the car talking about how great you were. I said, well, this wasn't a setup. I said, I literally sent you to the two closest builds that I had for where your house is going to be in the last year that were preferred series houses. I didn't expect you to actually go and talk to the people. I guess I should have known she was going to do that. Anyways, so there's your piece of advice. There's your way to save potentially $20,000. Don't buy a house from me. Doesn't matter. Maybe you can get a little bit of leverage on that retailer. And, whatever it takes to save some money for your family. That's all joking aside. If it works, great. Anyways, back to the word deposit. Let me tell you about this little thing called deposit. A retailer will give you 50 freaking excuses as to why you need to give a deposit. We don't collect deposits here at Factory Direct Modulars. That being said, I do collect deposits when I'm getting a cash deal so that I can actually order the house. If I'm doing it with a bank, I don't need a deposit. So we don't collect deposits in general here at Factory Direct Modulars. And one of the reasons is I tell people, if your $1,000 is what's going to keep our relationship together, then I don't think we need to build a house for each other. Now, why does a retailer keep a deposit? I'll tell you exactly why. That whole $1,000 was for the process that this customer went through, which is to go back and see the retailer and ask for your money back in their office and filling out their paperwork for the return of your funds. And all that is so they can sit there and talk you out of it. Talk to you about how you're making a mistake and blah, 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 blah. And in the case of this customer, magically dropped the price 20 grand. Now, let me sum everything all up. She's still buying her house from me because, as she told the retailer, I don't care if you match Bob's price. He didn't try to screw me from the beginning. Anyways, that is a little bit of advice that hopefully some of you can get something out of that. But again, if four people watch this video in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, 4 people, and they take that approach against the retailers they're dealing with, and they're able to save 20 grand, that's $80,000. Not small change. Folks, I can't even begin to tell you the impact that our business makes on people. I'm going to tell you right now, already, this is May 2022, okay? I've already ordered enough houses this month, just this 30-day period, that I'm saving the families of those 30 days over $140,000. I mean, so anyways, that's it. Oh, Cookie, come here. Say goodbye. There she is working. We take her out for walks because all the hard work she does, she's got to stay in shape. She's 10 and a half years old. That's a lot of age for a company mascot. 10 and a half years. Talk to you later. Bye.